Caitlin Clark is the one bringing in the numbers.
Well, there's one that moves the needle. Who's the leverage? Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
These WNBA players, they get more unlikable every day.
Kind of like a genuine surprise, but the t-shirt, just United Front was determined this morning that we had a meeting for.
And the blatant jealousy, the blatant hatred towards Caitlin Clark is, I mean, it's obvious. They don't even try to hide it.
0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But
these players all put these shirts on, and like I said in a couple of previous videos, that backfired.
But no, we were just, we had a very...
that really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation.
Caitlin Clark got a little get back at Kelsey Plum, and she didn't even have to raise her voice to do it. It all went down during All-Star Weekend, a time that was supposed to celebrate unity, progress, and the power of women's basketball. But instead of camaraderie, tension cracked the air. Kelsey Plum, a league veteran, couldn't help herself. She grabbed the mic and dragged Caitlin Clark through the glass for all of us to see. Shade, spite, plain jealousy, yep, and viewers felt it immediately. Because there are two kinds of people in this situation: sore losers and sore winners. And Kelsey Plum right now is both. Oh, we want to blow them out. We're a lot better than them. That line sounded more like bitterness than confidence. It wasn't trash talk. It was personal. And all because one player, Caitlin Clark, has become the face and the leverage of the entire WNBA. But Plum didn't just shade her. She tried to bury her reputation during what was supposed to be the most supportive moment of the league's year. But she miscalculated. Here's what happened next. Caitlin didn't fire back, no twisted press tour, no blown-up tweets, no replays of her defensiveness. Instead, she went silent and then dropped one move that shook the internet. The fans went wild, the brands noticed, and the WNBA shook to its core. Without a single fight, Caitlin Clark didn't just avoid drama. She built an empire on silence. And now, the league's narrative is flipped. You think this is a story about solidarity? Think again. All-Star Weekend was billed as the WNBA's shining moment. Players came out wearing black "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts, a bold statement demanding fair pay, respect, and progress in a league that's been undervalued for years. The message was powerful, the energy electric. But in that spotlight, Kelsey Plum decided to turn a protest into a pageant. At the press conference, she dropped this bombshell. Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. Lay it out like that, leaving out all of Clark's camp? That was no accident. That was a dig designed to isolate. While the fans cheered unity, Plum pulled the thread, and suddenly the whole thing began to unravel. Transition. But it wasn't just about a shirt, and that line hit different.
She wasn't even there, yet they blasted her anyway.
Caitlin Clark wasn't present at All-Star, not because she skipped out, but because she wasn't playing. She was injured, which makes Plum's comment sound less like scrutiny and more like a smear. It sent a message. You're not part of the movement, and you should be. The camera caught Sabrina Ionescu freezing when Plum spoke. She looked cornered. The room got quiet. Social media lit up. People said, if you're calling her out for being absent, at least get the facts. And that ripple started to roll. Clark's supporters rallied. Quit dragging a player who wasn't even in the building. The backlash was sudden and fierce. Transition. And yet, for all the noise, Clark never played the victim.
A few days rolled by. The story faded from daily headlines.
Then out of nowhere, Caitlin Clark popped up in a massive Nike campaign. No interviews, no statement, just a visual, a billboard. The camera loved her. Now picture the irony. Under Armour-sponsored Plum shows up at that same event, casual, public, and there's Clark, the face of a rival campaign, walking in strong, calm, confident. No chaos. No confrontation, just presence. And suddenly Plum's implied dig looks small. Her brand fades as Clark's pops. Transition, and then came the most masterful mic drop of all. On Instagram, fans were scrolling through Insta. They landed on Plum's latest pic, smiling, cheerful. And there it was, Caitlin Clark's comment. 6 simple, calculated words. Thanks for the Nike ad. That's it. No emojis, no rant, no apology, pure composure. And the reaction? Overflowing. Thousands of likes, W's in chat, screenshots everywhere. That single sentence told the world your dig backfired. A clap without a clap. And suddenly the tables turned. Transition. But this wasn't just internet clout. It triggered a tidal wave. Once Instagram speeches settled, everyone from sports shows to meme pages grabbed the clip. Former NBA champ Stacey King spoke out. Why throw shade at the one person bringing the league forward? Charles Barkley took aim. If you want visibility, don't drag the face getting it. Fans weren't quiet either. Kelsey got more press dissing CC than for any play this season. The message spread. Clark is the story. Plum is a footnote. Even casual audiences started arguing in comment sections. She iced that without saying anything. How do you like that? The narrative avalanche had begun. Transition. But the win wasn't just about words. It was about real-world consequences. Look at the facts. Clark's presence alone caused ticket demand to skyrocket. Jerseys flew off shelves, and expansion fees jumped from $50 million to a record $250 million. She didn't just score buckets, she scored dollars and legitimacy for the entire league. In comparison, Plum's remarks became a PR flatline. Under Armour logos faded in coverage while Nike swooshes loom large across headlines featuring Clark. And on court, despite tougher defense aimed at slowing her down, Clark scored like a pro, with no drama, just numbers. Meanwhile, Plum's shade became a distraction rather than a dominator. Because this isn't just entertainment, it's a moment that defines an era. Here's the deal, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a movement. She brought eyes, money, and relevance. So the league has a choice. Embrace her and grow, or resist and risk stagnation. But the resistance? It's real. Some players and insiders bristle at her spotlight. They whisper she gets too big too fast. Plum's brother digs the locker room tension. These aren't random flukes, they're symptoms. If the WNBA pivots to gatekeeping, insisting one player can't shine more than others, they might kill growth. But if they lean into this, support the dynamo, the future looks insane. Either way, this drama highlights a deeper battle, and now everything rides on what happens next.
Caitlin Clark didn't need to fire back. She let the numbers, the media, sponsors, and the silent power move do her talking. No tantrums, no stage media moments, just results. That's why this moment matters. It's a blueprint. Quiet domination trumps loud drama. It's a legacy-building move disguised as calm. If you're on Team Clark, drop that shit in the comments right now. Let the world know who's truly leading the charge. Thanks for watching this deep dive. Hit subscribe, click the bell, and stay tuned. We're just getting started unpacking the next big shift in sports, drama, and power.